Hi everybody, Jerralyn Rose here. Today I've got something a little different, some envelope mail art. First off, there's the housekeeping. If you want to enter the mail call, the form is down below. We can send a card out each month now and clear the form and then start over again. Okay, for this one, I'm doing some envelope art for you because I didn't actually record me doing the card. And I didn't record me doing the card just because, you know how there's always something, that odd phenomenon that a whole bunch of stuff comes at you all at once. And that's what was happening during that period. And I just felt like making art. I didn't feel like recording the card. So I'm going to record me matching the envelope instead. I have out the Altenew the Canvas Blossoms, the stencils for it. With the card, I had laid the stencils down and I had run it through with the rustic burlap press plate to get that texture. I'd cut it out with the framing, put a bit of glitter behind it, and then deepened up around the edges of the main focal point of that panel. For the envelope, I want it to be a little bit more muted because this one going all the way to Peru. I know. I'm like, ooh, I'm really going international with this one. I brought out the same tones, and with this stencil set, I start out with the leaves first so I know where to place the flowers in. The greens aren't really bright like a parrot green. They're more of the moss greens. They're a bit more muted. The same way that the flowers too had a bunch of muting through it because I had done a water wash technique over top of the card stencil so that everything came through as if it was old faded wallpaper. This as well with the envelopes, you don't want the colors to be like too crazy bright because you don't know what the postal systems are like in each country, especially if this one's going international. So I'm going to have to make certain that it's really wrapped up well inside. And I wanted the muted portion around the part where you weren't going to write like your return address and the person's name. Got the leaf set into place, brought the flowers in, started out with that yellow again, used the deeper oranges and like rusty pinks in the middle. And then around the outside of the envelope, just on the two corners, so diagonal to each other, kitty corner, I brought in that red that we see through the middle of the flowers and that we used around the framing to deepen it up. And I deepened up that envelope as well. Now, I want to do some splatters on it, but I'm just not going to do like water droplets. This time I'm bringing in some of, again, that mossy olivey green ink, putting a bit of water with it, using my bigger splatter brush and tapping so that I get them in both corners. Being careful, of course, that it's not going to be underneath the stamp and not over where the name would go. Taping it down into the MISTI. And the reason why I'm doing this is this envelope, it's one of those ones that's got kind of that waxy finish on it. And I knew I was going to be having to multiple stamp it several times. Started out with the lighter pinks, kept building that up so that that envelope with that little bit of weird coating that it's got on it would take the ink, trying to give it a chance to soak in between each time. For the main sentiment there, this is from the Crafty Mail. I use this one a lot, as you can see by the staining on the stamps. I deepened up that main sentiment and the one heart so that they would stand out a little bit better. And then to mirror what we have happening on the front, I'm deepening up around, just around the envelope flap, again with that deeper red. I'm not going like really, really hard on it, just enough that it stands out, and I did a few water spots on it, and that finished it off. So there's the card. That's the finished card, and the envelope is down behind. Like I said, I'm sending this out to Peru. I'm rather excited. I'm sorry about it being a belated birthday card, but it's probably going to take a time to get to. Everybody, can you help me out spreading the word too so that we make that February 1st deadline YouTube is set? So go be that change you want to see in the world. Thanks for watching. We'll catch you next time. Bye-bye, everybody.